I'm glad to be with you again to share a devotional today, and it comes from John chapter 4, verses 23 and 24, and it's about worshipers. It says this, "But an hour is coming, and now is, when the true worshipers will worship the Father in spirit and truth. For such people the Father seeks to be his worshipers. God is spirit, and those who worship him must worship in spirit and in truth." God is calling all worshipers. Come in spirit and truth and worship him. Worship him in the morning, at noon, and at sundown, and in the night. Worship him as you cook and drive and work and play. Worship him with your voice and your feet and hands. Worship him in silence. Worship him with your resources. Worship him, for he alone is worthy to be praised. Worship him when you walk or run or sit or lay down or think, or you're just being quiet. Worship him every day, each hour, and moment to moment, and right now. Would not God be tremendously glorified if we believers would all agree to worship him in spirit and truth at the same time? God is seeking your worship. People say they can worship God anywhere, but do they? I've been to the woods, to the desert, and beaches, and I've even gone on Sundays. I've even gone Sunday mornings at times in my life, and rarely have I seen worship happening in those places. I think we claim we can worship anywhere, but we don't necessarily do it. And I'll tell you the truth, sometimes being at church isn't really worship. It's just going to church and going through the motions. But it can and it should be. However or wherever or whenever, worship him. He is seeking worshipers. I'm worshiping him right now. Glory to you, Father. You are my King and my Savior. And help Grace Harbor Church to worship you every time we gather.